everybody. Welcome to the Cotton Ford Stadium. I'm Matthew Middleton. I'm here with John Mark Dempsey, and we are coming to you live right now. And the homecoming festivities is about to start. We just need to get a few things going. We found out that they were starting a little bit earlier than what we thought was going to be. So I think we're on. Can you hear it just fine?
Well, at the moment, Matthew, I'm not hearing any audio through that particular device, but that may not mean anything. So we will hope for the best and assume the best here. Now that's a little more. Oh, there it is. Now I'm talking and about a second behind. But yeah.
Right? That's what happens. It gives kind of a little bit of a latency, and there's about 13-second delay from where we're actually live to what is showing on YouTube right now. So just so to let you know that that's what's going on. And it looks like on the field they're going to be showing the homecoming court, and that's what we didn't want to miss.
Great point.
As you can see right now, they're showing them coming up. Looks like we got several football boys that are dressed up as homecoming court. And if you guys missed it last night, there was a fun time that they had with the Powder Puff game last night. And I'm glad to say that the junior girls beat the seniors last night, so they got bragging rights for the next couple of days at least. And we're just waiting now for the announcer to come up and let us know what's going on as far as...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's game. This is the Cardinals from Alyssa and your Greenville Lions. Tonight is homecoming. Tonight in which we honor the past and we celebrate the future of Greenville High School students. At this time, I'd like to recognize 2022-2023 homecoming court. Our ninth grade court, Jalissa Ibarra, the daughter of Javier and Libby Ibarra. Jalissa is involved in volleyball. Joshua Perkins, son of Penny Perkins. Josh is involved in football, the Silver Card program, and is a member of the Early College High School. Mariana Ochoa, daughter of Mariana and Troy Ochoa. Mariana is involved in band, ski club, and soccer. Mariana Ochoa. Damian Rodriguez, son of Jorge and Tina Rodriguez. Damian is involved in football and basketball. And now our 10th grade court. Caitlin Davis. Caitlin is the daughter of Francisco and Lakeisha Davis and is involved in fashion, design, and band. Nick Juff, son of Patrick and Cameron Juff. Nick is involved in football, soccer, ski club, student council, yearbook, UIL academics, and the Greenville High School Choir. Melanie Ray, daughter of Miguel Ray and Angela Campos. Melanie is involved in the Ladies' Classes and the Student Council. DJ Mathis, son of Colossus Lynn and Salon Mathis. DJ is involved in the Ladies' Classes and the Greenville High School Choir. 11th grade court. Sanaya Reed, daughter of Sandy and Chris Reed. Sanaya is involved in varsity cheer and varsity track. of Jocelyn Lacerelli. Ruben is involved in football, the early college program, the silver car program, track, and powerlifting. Sabine Tovar. Sabine is the daughter of Maria Tovar and is involved in the Greenville High School cosmetology program. Sebastian Gonzalez. Sebastian is Greenville High School drum major for the Line 5 band. He's on the Iron Line Silver Club team, Suzuki Strings program. He is a CAL, National Honor Society, and is president of the Tea Club. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 12th grade court. Aiden Camacho. Aiden is the daughter of Jose Camacho and Brandy Ashley. Aiden is involved in club soccer for PKSC, captain of the Lady Lions soccer team. She is a member of the Student Council and the National Honor Society of High School Scholars. Aiden plans to play soccer in college and earn a bachelor's degree in biology. Aiden Camacho. Carmelo Brown, son of Tanya Johnson. Carmelo was involved in football. Carmelo would like to attend Lamar University and major in psychiatry. Carmelo Brown. Lizzie Cabot, the daughter of Sonia and Chris Cabot. Lizzie involved in cheerleading, town, yearbook, Tea Club, National Honor Society, as well as the treasurer of the Student Council and the co-senior class president. Lizzie intends to attend the University of Texas before Texas A&M and major in biology for pre-med. Lizzie Cabot. Big Drew Morris. Son of David and Tammy Morris, Big Drew is involved in chess, football, basketball, track, and FFA. Drew would like to attend Rice University and major in sociology or physiology. Big Drew Morris. Anita Escobar, the daughter of Benito and Yardi Escobar. Anita is involved in Student Council, PAL, member of the National Honor Society, co-captain of the Iron Lions Silver Car team, and vice president of the Line 5 band. Anita would like to attend Worcester Polytechnic Institute and major in electrical engineering. Anita Escobar. Joel Luna, the son of Kenny and Abigail Luna. Joel was involved in football and soccer. He is a CAL, Senior Honor Yearbook Committee advisor, member of the Superintendent's Advisory Council, National Honor Society, the Iron Lions Silver Club team, and the Student Council Student Body President. He would like to attend the University of Texas in Austin and major in architecture. Joel Luna. Cheyenne Murray, the daughter of Brandy and J.D. Murray. Cheyenne is involved in classes, cosmetology, and the National Honor Society. Cheyenne would like to attend college, major in business, marketing, and build a career in cosmetology. Cheyenne Murray. Diego Martinez, the son of Juan and Nicole Martinez. Diego is involved in football, baseball, and powerlifting. He would like to attend the University of Texas in Austin and major in business. Diego Martinez. Zoe Nichols, daughter of Brand and Barbie Nichols. Zoe is involved in the planning classes, cosmetology, National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Superintendent's Advisory Council. Zoe plans to attend Parent Junior College and get an associate's degree in business, and also continue to pursue her interest in aesthetics. Zoe Nichols. Juan Tapia, son of Martha Solis and Juan Tapia Sr. Juan is involved in football member of the National Honor Society. Juan Tapia. And now to present the crown for the 2022 Homecoming King. That's the 2022 Homecoming Court nominee and Mr. Greenville High School Class 2022, Brett GEUS. The 2022 Homecoming King for Greenville High School is Joel Luna. And I will present the crown for the 2022 Homecoming Queen. We have 4-time state powerlifter qualifier and most athletic for the class of 2022, Meredith Williams. The 2022 Homecoming Queen for Greenville High School is Lizzie Kevin. Congratulations to all of you young men and women. Congratulations to Joel and to Lizzie and to the entire homecoming court for 2022.
I'm not sure what they said, but that was camera 3.
That's right. It's the homecoming queen is Lizzie Cabot, who is a cheerleader, among many other things. And the homecoming king is Lions football player Joel Luna, who is a mainstay in the defensive backfield for Greenville.
I'm sorry, this is camera 1. I said that was camera 3. That was
photos
you.
taken right now, which you will see in the Herald Banner probably on Saturday, and those will be great keepsakes for them as they go on through life after high school. Lizzie Cabot is the homecoming queen, and Joel Luna is the homecoming king tonight. So homecoming 2022 at Greenville High School and here at TA Cotton Ford Stadium. The Lions are taking on the Melissa Cardinals this evening, and it's a big task here for the Lions as Melissa comes in here tonight with a 5-2 record, but they are 4-0 in district play. They were 11-3 last year. That was in 4A Division I. They have moved up to 5A Division II, but it has virtually no effect on them. And they are very strong once again. And state champions at the 2A level in 2011, so they have really built up a strong program. Matthew, Melissa did not have a football program from 1924 to 2000. So I believe that's 60 years.
Wow. So from what I've understood,
More than that, actually.
what David Claiborne was telling me is that they had a choice. The kids can either go to McKinney or go to Bonham. And then McKinney said, no more. And so I guess the city leaders said, it's time for us to build a high school. So that's why we have now Melissa High School.
That was that's 80 years, and maybe you're right. Maybe the school itself was in exist during at least part of that time. But they reconstituted the football program in 2004, and they've done nothing but win. And since that time, all time, Melissa is 160, 80, and 3. So they have won about 2/3 of their games over the many seasons, but certainly not as many as Greenville. Of course, Greenville a few weeks back won their 500th game all time against Princeton, but the Lions have an under 500 record all time at 500, 577, and 33, and a 46% and 460 winning percentage for Greenville over the years. Greenville has won state championship going all the way back to 1933 in the Henry Fonda era here at Greenville. So the Lions coming in tonight 2-5, 1-3 in district play. They lost their season opener to Lake Dallas 34-7. They defeated Frisco Liberty in a tremendous turnaround in the second week, 42-31. That was the game that Mikey Simpson came to the fore as the quarterback. The Lions with 440 some odd yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, I think it was, player of the week from the state of Texas. Then the Lions went to Chapel Hill in East Texas, lost 69-20. Very close and hard-fought, closely contested game against Denison, but Greenville lost 34-27 at home. They beat Princeton 34-6. Lost here, I think that was 2 weeks ago, to Crandall 62-36. Lost really a very disappointing game last week at Mesquite Poteet. Lions led much of the way in that game, but 40-yard field goal, basically with 1 minute or less to go, gave the victory to Mesquite Poteet 29-27. And now the Lions take on the Melissa Cardinals here tonight. Melissa lost their first 2 games, but they played a very, very difficult pre-district schedule. They lost to Argyle, 39-18. Argyle is state ranked. They lost to China Spring, a very close game, a real barn burner, 42-41. China Spring is state ranked. Then they beat Roy City. Roy City is 680. They beat Roy City 40-24. They beat Crandall 50-22. So you remember that the Lions lost to Crandall 62-36. Melissa beat Terrell 56-24. They beat Mesquite Poteet 42-10. Lions lost to Poteet last week 29-27. And they beat Denison last week 54-44. Matthew, that was a very competitive game, and that might give the Lions a little bit of hope.
Yes.
Coming in tonight, because Greenville was on a very even footing led against Denison.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
And had a real chance to win that ball game. And Denison did give Poteet and did give Melissa a real battle last week. In fact, Denison, I believe, led into the 4th quarter in that ball game. Denison led 44-37 midway through the 3rd quarter, and I think they held that lead into the 4th quarter. In that game last week, Melissa was penalized 20 for 187 yards.
That's a lot of yardage.
Just so you know that has been a topic of discussion
Oh,
all week long in Melissa with their head coach, Matt Malley, who's, by the way, his 4th season here with a 36-11 record. So you know that he has been hammering on them about that this week. They had in the game 586 yards of total offense. Did Melissa 289 passing, 237 rushing, so very balanced attack. Denison had 386 yards of total offense. I believe we are about to have our national anthem. And we will hear the Greenville High School band from TA Cotton Ford Church.
I think they're going to actually.
Please remain standing for the school song from Greenville High School.
And now we will have Greenville High School alma mater.
We'll have to say that it was a special night for you because homecoming is actually for the alumni for Greenville, and you celebrated how many years?
This is my 10th anniversary out of high school. Matthew, one of these days I'll be hitting 30, and that's going to be a sad day. No, actually, it is the 50th high school reunion this weekend. I see some of my old friends down there. I'm going to have to try to get down and see some of them at halftime.
We were talking about that last night. I was when I was in the freshman game, which I wanted to tell you a little bit about. Last night the freshmen did all right with them learning the curve, I guess you could say, of the offense and defense of Melissa. They learned that the short pass was the key. So I'm just kind of curious on whether or not it's going to be the same for tonight, and whether or not Coach Duke saw that last night and said, okay, we gotta make a little bit of a game plan change here. And it looks like the Greenville Lion Choir is going to be coming out to do the national anthem.
My understanding is that some of the class of 72 choir members are going to be joining them, that they had a rehearsal here before the game. And so that'll be interesting. You have some of the current high school choir members, and some of the choir members from Low those many years ago, about 72, class of 72, so 50 years ago. That would have been under the direction of the choir director, Charles Sidney, who later became the mayor of Greenville, and they're still with us. And I know his daughter, Sharon Sidley, I can't think of her married name at the moment, but I know she's with us.
Do you see any people that are a part of your
Yeah, I
class?
do, but I don't know who they are at the moment. There's a few I will know on site.
You know, I have a feeling, John Mark, they're going to be doing the national anthem. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking they're going to end up doing.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely. Yeah. That's why I say they're waiting. I don't know what hold up the teams coming out of the field is. Normally the teams are on the field, they line it up, then
Yeah.
Referee Gary Moore, umpire Cornelius Martin, line judge Spencer Pelkey, line judge Brenda Lee, and judge Ray Peters, field judge Stephen Maxwell, inside judge Bradley Thompson. And here comes the Cardinals from Melissa.
It looks like that the Melissa is coming out on the field now.
Here comes your Greenville Lions. Following tonight's Lions are some of the honorees from our graduating classes of past. I'd like to recognize and honor the class of 2012 from Greenville High School. How about the class of 81 to 82 from Greenville High School? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1977 from Greenville High School.
We can see all the alumni that are coming out right now.
And we are live on YouTube now, Matthew, is that correct?
That is correct.
I see County Judge Bobby Stovall leading the class of 72 out onto the field right now. Bobby Stovall, one-time quarterback of the Greenville
Really?
Lions, yes, and a linebacker, good
He's judge now, isn't he?
good football player, yes, county
The
judge,
county judge.
absolutely. I see Pud Kearns down there,
Ricky Simmons is here too tonight.
the great Ricky Simmons.
Right there at the end, I think.
Well, he would be not the class of 72, but I'm not sure which class that would be. But wow, what a terrific receiver and ball carrier he was in his day, late 70s. And now I believe we will have the singing of our national anthem this evening, with choir members composed of the current Greenville High School choir and alumni choir members.
Home of the Brave.
Great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem, by the Greenville High School Choir and Alumni Choir, assembled at midfield. Lions versus Melissa tonight. We're getting ready to kick this thing off. We have not had the coin toss yet, but that will be coming up shortly. The standings in the district, it's District 7, 5A, Division 2. Melissa and Lovejoy are tied for first at 4-0. Crandall is at 2-2. Also, Poteet and Terrell at 2-2. So you have a three-way tie for basically third and fourth between Crandall, Poteet, and Terrell, all at 2-2. Denison and Greenville at 1-3. Of course, Denison would have a tiebreaker over Greenville because they beat Greenville, and then Princeton at 0-4. In the district tonight, big game is Crandall at Terrell. So you have two of the teams tied for third and fourth at 2-2 playing each other at Terrell tonight. Princeton at Denison. Not a lot riding on that game. Mesquite Poteet at Lucas Lovejoy. Obviously, Poteet needs a win, but that's going to be a tall order for them against Lucas Lovejoy tonight.
I would say so.
So we are about to have the coin toss. Our referee tonight is Kerry Moore. And we'll run through the officials for you here as we get the opportunity.
Looks like Melissa's going to receive.
I believe Greenville won the toss and deferred, and Melissa will receive, and so Greenville will have the ball to start the second half. But that puts the onus on the Greenville defense to get a stop right away, because you're going to put the ball in their hands, and you can expect them to come out with all guns blazing, without a doubt.
Well, you know that last night there was a lot of turnovers. That's what's the word I was looking for. But you know that's expected to be with when you got young players to have those kind of mistakes, and even at this level that they're going to have some of those mental mistakes. We just hope that they have more of those mistakes than we do.
By the way, I'm sitting in again for Bob Moody, and Bob had a little bicycle mishap here a few weeks ago. He's recovering well from that, but still not able to go, and so this is John Mark Dempsey, and I'll be sitting in for Bob Moody again tonight. Here's the kickoff by Andrew Ibarra, and that one is into the end zone. Great kickoff there, touchback, and Melissa starts out at the 25-yard line. Trevor Ham is the quarterback for the Cardinals, 6 feet, 175-pounder. We don't have a lot of statistics on these guys, but in last week's game against Denison, he was 20 of 29 passing for 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And he had 8 touchdown passes in the game against Terrell. So from the 25-yard line, Ham throwing on first down out to Javon Smith, and Smith trying to catch the ball there on a bubble screen. He just drops it, and it's second down and 10.
Right now, it looks like they're running the same kind of offense that they were running last night with the freshmen.
Sure. Ball between the hash marks on this second down and 10 play. Ham looking to his right, passing. This is intended for the slot receiver, Jacob Cusano, and it's incomplete there. Cusano closely covered. So the first 2 passes incomplete, and now third and 10. Greenville got a chance for a stop here and to get off the field right away. Trevor Ham takes the snap, backpedaling, throws to his left, and incomplete over on the far sideline. So how about that? Greenville defense forces them to punt on this first possession.
It's always a good thing, and you got the Magic Man fixing to come out.
Matthew referring to Marcus Simpson.
Micah Simpson, yeah.
Micah Simpson, I don't know why I said Marcus.
Got number 6 there to receive the ball right now.
Here's the punter, who is also the place kicker, Caden Pinter. And the punt landing at the 40-yard line. And it takes a Greenville roll. Actually, back to return the punt that time for Greenville was DeJuan Kennedy. And the punt rolls dead at the 42-yard line. So Greenville starts in good field position at their own 42-yard line. No score, 11:38 to go, first quarter. as Melissa could not connect on 3 passes on their first possession.
We got Andrew out there, Johnson on the quarterback, not Michael Simpson.
Yeah, Andrew Johnson starting at quarterback. How about that? And a handoff on first down. That is Jaden Johnson. He goes straight ahead, lowers his shoulder, and picks up a nice gain for Greenville out to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
He was a workhorse last week.
Yes, he was. So we'll see what we can find out about Micah Simpson. But Anthony Johnson getting the start at quarterback. He was the starting quarterback in the first game against Lake Dallas. You hear whistles. And it's a false start or illegal procedure against Greenville, so that'll take away some of that nice gain on first down. Push him back to the 44-yard line.
At least they'll have the second down. Third down. I don't even see Mike out.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. It's a 2nd down and 8 for the Lions. Anthony Johnson, the junior quarterback, takes the snap, and it's a design quarterback run as Johnson lowers his shoulder, goes over left tackle, gets out to about the 49-yard line where it will be 3rd down here and 3. Get back to the 49-yard line. Line to gain is the 48-yard line in Melissa territory. Just underway, no score. Anthony Johnson in the shotgun. Waiting on the snap. Gives it to Jaden Johnson. Plunge straight ahead, and I don't think he got the first down. He may have made the 50 for a gain of 1, and that's about it. Actually, they do give him the 49-yard line, but he would still be a yard short.
It looks like they're going to send the punting unit out on the field now.
The false start penalty hurt the Lions there. They had a nice gain on first down, had a 2nd and 3, then got pushed back to 2nd and 8, not able to recover from that. Andrew Ibarra, averaging over 40 yards a punt, gets this one away. This is a booming punt into the end zone for Andrew Ibarra. That one's going to be on the order of 58 yards there. Wow. He's got a leg.
He does. I was fixing to say that same thing, and you stole it out of my mouth.
No score.
Just like last week, we got to see who blinks first, right?
Well, this is the first game that I've broadcast anyway that each team didn't score the first time they touched the ball, and tonight neither team has scored. So that's a pleasant change actually, as far as I'm concerned. First down from the 20, and this is Nathan Adajokwan, the ball carrier there for Melissa, and I'm not surprised that they go to the ground here this time and they pick up 8 yards out to the 28-yard line after not connecting on 3 passes on their first possession. Again, they give it to Adajokwan, and he was free there for a moment and then is brought down short of the first down, I believe. Khalil Parker, who had 42 tackles for Greenville coming into the ballgame, Lions junior defensive end. He had 13 tackles in the ballgame against Poteet, but they do give him the first down at the 30-yard line. I thought he might be a little bit short. Now you see movement at the line of scrimmage.
We'll start on the offense.
Yeah, that'll go against Melissa. I thought one of the Lions might have jumped offside, but apparently drawn offside. So this pushes them back to the 25-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 15. They need to get out to the 40-yard line for the first down.
One thing I noticed that last night, it looks like they're doing it here too. They got a hurry up offense without a huddle.
Here's the snap to Trevor Ham. Option play. They fake the handoff. And now passing it out into the flat on the right side. And the pass is complete to Jackson Ford for a short gain. Gets up to the 27-yard line. Kevin Tran made the tackle for Greenville, senior defensive back. He was out of Joquan on the carry over the right side, and he gets across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line, close to a first down, and the tackle here Once again by Khalil Parker for Greenville. 3rd and 2 for Melissa at the 38-yard line. Out of Joquin leaving the ball game. And coming into the ball game in his place is Jacob Fields, who's just about as good. Movement at the line before the snap.
Number 70 moved, and that's a big boy. He's going to Texas, you said.
That is Trevor Gooseby. Yes, he's a University of Texas commit. So conference right now among the officials to decide if that is an illegal procedure penalty or false start against Melissa, or did Greenville jump off sides? And it is offsides Greenville.
Oh, see, from the camera angle, I can see here, number 70 jumped, but they're going to call it on Greenville.
First down at the 43-yard line for Melissa.
Of course, I'm trying not to be biased. I was told by my wife last week that you're being very biased.
Well, you're broadcasting on GEUS.
Exactly.
First down running play, not much there, and the tackle for Greenville is made by Juan Tapia. Again, Juan coming in with 26 tackles. Senior linebacker for Greenville, part of the homecoming court. This will be 2nd down and 9. And they snap it to Ham. Ham giving it off to the running back for Melissa. And big gain up the middle. That is Jacob Fields for Melissa. He's all the way inside the 35-yard line down to the 32-yard line of Greenville. Big gain there for the Melissa Cardinals. And
There's a helmet come off on number 45.
again,
For a minute there, I thought it was an actual fumble, but no, the helmet came off.
the option read, and they hand off to Jacob Fields. And Fields is committed to Louisiana Tech, by the way. They have several D1 prospects on this team, to the 24-yard line. Now this is 2nd down and 2. Play action pass. Ham throwing into the end zone and caught, I believe. Touchdown for Melissa, or no? It's caught by Javon Smith for the Cardinals, and it's a Melissa touchdown. I was a little too quick to call one a couple of weeks ago for Crandall, so I wanted to be sure, but Javon Smith opened by a step or two there, and he makes the catch falling down to put Melissa on top 6-0. That's a 24-yard touchdown pass. And now the extra point by Aiden Pinter is good. And Melissa takes a 7-0 lead with 6:36 left to go in the first quarter. Lions football continues after this on GEUS.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
How many plays did they
That is a 8-play drive.
Took 6 minutes to finally get somebody to score.
Yeah.
Almost 6 minutes. And like I said, turnovers. Give it back to Melissa. Fumble on the catch.
All right, we are back on GEUS, and with Melissa leading 7-0, the Lions have muffed the kickoff, and Melissa apparently has recovered at the Greenville 28-yard line. Cardinals right back on offense, leading 7-0. They just had an 80-yard drive in 8 plays. Now Ham handing off. And this is a back that we haven't seen quite yet with the tackle here made by Joel Luna, and it is Clark Packard on the carry that time for Melissa.
I think say the homecoming kid made that tackle.
Yeah, he did. How about that? Yeah, Joel Luna, our homecoming king, announced before the ball game. So no gain there, 2nd down and 10. Trevor Ham, play action pass, lots of time to throw over the middle. Passing to the back of the end zone. Looks like it's caught. It is. Touchdown, Melissa. And that is Carson Maynard with the catch for the Cardinals. Carson Maynard makes it 13-0. Melissa with that catch at the back of the end zone. Maynard last week versus Denison, 4 catches for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now the extra point to come. Aiden Penner made the first one with no trouble. Here's the snap, ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-0, Melissa over Greenville. Just under 6 minutes left to go first quarter. This is Lions football on GEUS.
Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Your conservation helps all GEUS customers. In the future, we will need to build new electric generators, and this can be expensive. And with our population growing, we will need that power. That's why we give rebates for Energy Star appliances. So think about replacing your bulbs with super efficient LED bulbs or adding insulation to your attic. Together, we can help all GEUS customers by doing our part. Check out our rebates online, and remember, GEUS is always ready to serve and assist you in any way we can.
14-0, Melissa over Greenville. 28-yard touchdown pass a moment ago from Trevor Ham to Carson Maynard. After Melissa recovered a fumble on the kickoff following their first touchdown. Starting at the Greenville 28-yard line, they score in 2 plays. Here's the kickoff by Penner. And this one is high and short, taken at the 25-yard line. There's a fair catch for the Lions, and that is by Daniel Renner. So Greenville will start at the 30. At the 30, Greenville starts out. So, again, Anthony Johnson at quarterback here for Greenville tonight, and apparently the Lions, for whatever reason, will be without Micah Simpson tonight at quarterback, and that is a huge loss for Greenville. Now, here is the handoff to Cameron Neal for Greenville, who lined up in the slot, and Neal on the jet sweep going to the right. Takes the handoff, cuts it back, has a substantial gain there for the Lions up to the 28-yard line. I think I said they were starting at the 30, so they started at the 25, now up to the 28-yard line. And this will be 2nd down and 7 for Greenville. Anthony Johnson, the junior quarterback, takes the snap. Johnson bluffs the pass, pulls it down, will run it himself.
I guess he didn't like what he saw, because it looked like he had a clear man open. It would be a short pass, but he decided to tuck it and run it.
Nigel Smith made the tackle, defensive end for Melissa. He is 6'4", 245, a junior. He has an offer from Notre Dame. They have 4 or 5 players that are D1 prospects, and Nigel Smith right at the top of that list. Here's 3rd down and 6, and Anthony Johnson on the rollout to the right is going to be brought down for a loss. Back about the 20-yard line.
He got the pass off, but it didn't look like it was complete.
And now a flag down on the play, and Melissa's going to be penalized here on this play, as it was an incomplete pass. And I at first thought that Anthony Johnson had been sacked, but he did get the pass away, and a penalty here, and it is a major penalty, a personal foul penalty.
Probably a roughing the passer.
And that may very well be what it was, because there certainly was contact on Anthony Johnson. I did not see the indication, but a personal foul penalty moves the ball out to the 44-yard line, first down for Greenville. Lions down 14-0. Johnson takes the snap, the pass to Cameron Neal in the slot on the near side. Neal dodges the first tackler, cannot dodge the second tackler as he gets to the 45-yard line for a gain of 1 yard. Second down and 9 for the Greenville Lions. 4:23 left to go first quarter. Anthony Johnson coming into the ball game had completed 9 of 26 passes. That's 34% for 94 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Here's the second down and 9 play. And here's a dive play for Greenville as they stay between the tackles. And on the carry this time for the Lions, that is a player that we're going to have to ask about as far as his identity, because we don't have him on our roster.
I believe that is Washington.
Well, we're going to have to check on that, Matthew. Anyway, it was a gain of about 7 yards to the 50-yard line. So this is second down, or make it third down and 4. And here's a takeaway on the attempted pass by Melissa. Coming up with the football is Landon Brando, junior linebacker for the Melissa Cardinals. As Anthony Johnson trying to pass it to the flat on the near side, the ball taken away by Brando. Second turnover of the first quarter by the Greenville Lions, and Melissa again with a short field here at the Greenville 42-yard line. They started their previous possession at the Greenville 28 after a fumble on a kickoff. And on first down, off left tackle, quickly through the hole for Melissa is Josh Nascimento. First time we've seen him tonight, and he gets down to the 29-yard line for a gain of 13 yards. Nascimento. Melissa leading 14-0. We have a timeout. Waiting to see which team took that timeout. No indication as yet. But at any rate, a timeout with Melissa once again on the march here. And the Lions trailing the Cardinals 14-0 in the first quarter. Nominate your Greenville ISD Hero of Hope today. The program recognizes a Greenville ISD employee each month who makes a difference in the lives of our students. Lone Star Credit Union is the proud sponsor of Hero of Hope, and they donate a $100 MasterCard gift card to the honorees, who are also recognized at the GISD school board meeting. Email your nominations to communications@greenvilleisd.com and include the nominee's name and a brief description about why they are your hero. That's a message from the Greenville ISD. First down and 10 for Melissa, the 29-yard line. Nascimento off left tackle again, covering up the ball as he gets inside the 20 to the 23-yard line. Another first down. Actually, I should say the 18-yard line it is. And once again on the ground, Nascimento with the touchdown for Melissa. Josh Nascimento, who is their number 3 running back. And that's an 18-yard touchdown run for Nascimento, and it is 20-0 Melissa with 2:46 left to go in the first quarter. Not a good start for your Greenville Lions. Aiden Pitter on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 21-0 Melissa over Greenville. 2:46 still to go here in the first quarter. This is Lions football and GEUS. hold that score. Can you, when we come back, will you give me a real good? And we are back at TA Cotton Ford Stadium, homecoming tonight for the Greenville Lions. Not going so well so far. Down 21-0 here to the Melissa Cardinals in the first quarter. Here is the short kickoff to the near side. Fair catch called for Greenville. And for the second time, that's Daniel Renner, a sophomore, who takes the fair catch for Greenville. So Greenville starts off at the 25-yard line. That touchdown set up on an interception by Landon Brando at the Greenville 42-yard line. They score in 3 plays. A touchdown run, 18 yards by Josh Nascimento. 21-0. Melissa Anthony Johnson passing for Jaqueline Davis in the flat on the far side, and in and out of his hands, incomplete. So not to harp too much on it at all, but just to mention that Micah Simpson, who came into the ball game, or would have come into the ball game with 1,264 yards rushing and 19 touchdowns, 525 yards passing and 5 touchdowns, a total of 21 touchdowns on the season. For whatever reason, not able to go tonight for Greenville. So the Lions missing their big gun on offense here against Melissa. We'll say no more about that, because we really don't know any more about it. On first down, here's the handoff to the running back for the Lions, going to his right, cutting back, and nowhere to go there. Our public address announcer, Pat Just, does say that is Washington, so we will check on that further. But loses a couple of yards, back to the 23-yard line, does Washington.
He's been brought up from JV. He was a JV running back, and he's done really good for him that they brought him up.
Matthew sees a lot of the junior varsity games because, of course, they are televised on GEUS. Here's the pass by Anthony Johnson, complete. And that is to Cameron Neal. And Neal, little jitterbug action there as he gets away from a couple of tacklers and finally is dragged out of bounds over on the far side at the 31-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards. But now fourth down for Greenville, as that third down play did not pick up enough to keep the drive going.
Saving grace is the fact that Barr can really kick it. So
he really did. He had a punt of 58 yards, his first time averaging over 40. There's the snap, and there apparently whistles because Ibarra pulls up. Ibarra averaging 40 yards a punt.
we got to delay a game penalty on Greenville.
This is Josh Fields, who is deep to return the punt for the Cardinals. And as we told you a few minutes ago, he is committed to Louisiana Tech. Here's the punt by Ibarra. Again, another booming punt, almost over his head. It is over his head. Now, I don't know if he touched it or not. He runs it down to the 20-yard line. Josh Fields now with some open room to run, open field there for him, and he is all the way to the Greenville 30-yard line on the punt return.
We got a flag on the play in the back. We got a couple of different flags. It looks like 2 Lions are down. They're hurt.
That's a punt return of right at 50 yards there by Josh Fields. Now the flag is down at the 42-yard line in Melissa territory, and there's another flag down near midfield about the 49-yard line. So you would think that this one probably would be coming back. That's usually the way it goes on a punt return. Another great punt there by Ibarra.
Yes.
I'm going to say it came down at the 30. And if that is the case, then that's a 38-yard punt, but it was over his head, and Fields had to reach up to try to catch it. If he had reached up and touched it, then it would have gone a lot further. And, of course, once he touched it, he had to chase it back to the 20, and then the Lion coverage team was scattered, and he was able to come up with a near 50-yard return there. But it appears, although, well, we still have the 4th down marker, don't we? So they have not moved the chains yet. But it does appear with 2 flags down that that punt return for Melissa may be nullified. Now we have a player down near midfield, and I cannot tell if that's a Greenville player or if that's a Melissa player, Matthew, I'm sorry.
Just a little update for you. Lovejoy now is up over Poteet 28-0 in the first quarter.
Gosh.
Crandall and Terrell just scored, so it's 8-6 right now in the second quarter.
So it is Crandall leading Terrell?
No, Crandall is leading. Yes, Crandall is leading.
8-6.
8-6. Okay. As of right now.
Greenville player being helped from the field is Daniel Renner, sophomore defensive back for the Lions. Walking off on his own power, but getting a little assistance there. Still haven't seen an indication here about the penalty, but it is coming back. Nice punt return is going to be nullified.
Coming back all the way to 28.
Yeah, moves it back to the 27-yard line. For that block in the back against Melissa. All right, so here we go. Melissa leading 21-0 over Greenville. Trevor Ham passing. This is complete to Javon Smith, who had the touchdown on the first score for Melissa. He makes another catch here over on the far side and gets away from a couple of Greenville tacklers, would-be Greenville tacklers, and he is all the way to the Greenville 43-yard line. So that's 30 yards on that gain to Smith. Flags down, first down at the 43-yard line for Melissa, leading 21-0. But flags down before the snap. Well, they wave it off. So first down at the Greenville 43. Oh, snap over the head of Ham. He has to chase it back into Melissa territory, and he is brought down for a huge loss. And that's Jonathan Sampson for Greenville, who's the leading tackler on the Greenville team with 67 tackles, the Lion junior linebacker. And give him 68 now and a sack there, all the way back to the 36-yard line. So that is a 21-yard loss. And on 2nd and 30, up the middle on the running play there, that's Nascimento, who had the 18-yard touchdown run a short time ago. And he gets up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 10. Now 3rd down and 20 for Melissa. The center is Luke Daymel. And he's out over the football as quarterback Trevor Ham is going to wait for the clock to run out here, and that will do it. So 21-0 Melissa over Greenville at the end of the first quarter. This is Lions football on GEUS.
It was a thrill when you were working, especially a storm after a storm.
I was probably 9 or 10, and I watched my dad climb a pole in the pouring rain to get the lights back on. My dad's eyes lit up when he found out Levi, my son, had got hired on at GEUS to be a lineman.
My family's been in GEUS for a long time, and I kind of felt like that's where I wanted to head.
Start of the second quarter. This is Greenville Lions football on GEUS. It's John Mark Dempsey for Bob Moody and Matthew Middleton. And the Lions down 21-0 to Melissa Cardinals here. They have a 24-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Ham to Javon Smith. 28-yard pass from Ham to Carson Maynard and an 18-yard touchdown run by Josh Nascimento. Now this is 3rd and 21 for Melissa. And they're going to keep it on the ground, and they give it to Clark Packard. Second time he's carried the ball tonight, and there's nothing there for him. Packard brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a good thing
Cameron Neal made the tackle there for Greenville. Apparently, Cameron Neal in on defense right now. So 4th and 20. On 4th and 21, there was no gain there. Melissa will punt for the second time. Aiden Penner is the punter, and the ball over his head. And let's see if he can do anything with it. He's back inside the 20-yard line, gets across the 20, but that is all.
That's a little breath of fresh air that Greenville needed right there.
Snap over the punter. All the way back inside the 25-yard line, and Greenville will have it at the 22. Terrific opportunity here for Greenville. That's a couple of bad snaps they've had.
Yeah.
One over the quarterback, Trevor Hand, and now this one over the punter, Aiden Penner. So that's something they've got to work on for sure. Anthony Johnson at quarterback for Greenville.
Timeout.
It's like Justin Fisher in the ballgame here for Greenville at running back. And 21-0, Melissa over Greenville. October is National Principals Month, and the Greenville ISD principals were honored at a recent school board meeting for their dedication to supporting our students, families, and staff. Joined the Greenville ISD in celebrating our incredible principals for all they do for the Greenville ISD community. And that is a message from the Greenville ISD, and they do have a list of all the principals, which we will not go through, but we will mention Dr. Brent Perry, who's the principal at Greenville High School, is one of those excellent principals for the Greenville ISD. So 1st down and 10 Greenville. After the punt snap, or the snap over the head of the punter, and on 1st down, Anthony Johnson gives it to Justin Fisher, senior running back, and he is swarmed in the backfield. A lot of company back behind the line of scrimmage for Justin Fisher. And basically that's no gain, as the line of scrimmage will still be the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Lions moving to the south end zone at T.A. Cotton Ford Stadium on homecoming. Snap to Johnson. And Jaqueline Davis on the jet sweep, moving from right to left. Takes the snap quickly across the line of scrimmage and close to a 1st down around the 12-yard line. Jaqueline Davis, I think that's the first time we've seen him run with the football.
Yep.
This year. That is a 1st down for Greenville.
He was Micah Simpson's target last week.
Right. Along with Zarian Royal.
Yep.
1st down Greenville at the 12-yard line. Lions trying to take advantage of this opportunity here. Anthony Johnson waiting on the snap. Hands it off, and it is a touchdown here for the Greenville Lions. Greenville on the board as the ball goes to Cameron Neal, and it opened up for Cameron Neal over the right side. He scores standing up, and the Lions have their first touchdown of the night.
They will not be denied tonight.
Cameron Neal with a 12-yard touchdown run, and that will be his 3rd touchdown rushing of the season and his 4th touchdown overall. Player coming onto the field late here for the extra point. Still plenty of time on the play clock, however. 21-6. Lions down. Here's the extra point by Archer O'Neill, and it is no good. Off to the right. Archer O'Neill not able to convert on the PAT. So it will remain 21-6. And this is Lions football on Juice.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
Turn me off.
And we're back. Matthew Middleton here with Juice, along with John Mark Dempsey. Greenville's coming out right now to get ready for the kickoff to Melissa after making that touchdown. We had a good time last night during the Powder Puff game. If those who got a chance to watch it, if you haven't, you can go on to Juice and watch our YouTube page and see the Powder Puff game. And the junior girls took on the senior girls, with the juniors end up winning.
And Matthew, here's the kickoff by Archer O'Neill, taken at the 10-yard line, and the return out across the 30-yard line is by Clark Packer. So a 12-yard touchdown run by Cameron Neal for Greenville. That was a 22-yard drive in 3 plays set up on the snap over the punter's head. The Lions claimed at the 22-yard line. Extra point no good. 21-6 now. Melissa has the ball for the first time in the second quarter. I beg your pardon, this will be their second possession of the second quarter.
Yes.
As they move to the north end. And big hole up the middle here for the Cardinals.
That was a really big hit, too.
On the carry there for Melissa, it was Bishop Curry. We're seeing a lot of guys who have not played very much for Melissa so far this season.
Flag on the play, though.
Bishop Curry out to the 46-yard line for a gain of about 16 yards there.
And number 11 brought him down with a hard hit.
That would be Jamorian Stevenson for Greenville.
Yeah. Oh, and they're waving off the flag.
So 16-yard gain on that first down play there. Jamorian Stevenson, 50 tackles for the Lion defensive back. He is number 3 on the team. It's 50 tackles coming into the ball. First down for Melissa. Trevor Ham takes the snap, play action, throwing, and complete, apparently, but...
No, it was incomplete. It was intended for number 6, I believe. Yes.
Incomplete pass is will be second down and 10 now for the Cardinals. And Ham on the read option, handing off. And up the middle they go with Connor Betts on the carry here for Melissa as he gets to the Greenville 42-yard line. That's a gain of 10 yards for Connor Betts, first down and 10. Melissa on the march once again. And over the left side, the handoff goes down to about the 35-yard line of the Greenville Lions. It's Connor Betts once again. And Joel Luna, the homecoming king, in on that tackle along with Jamorian Stevenson for Greenville. That's a gain of 8 to the Greenville 35-yard line. Second down and 2 for the Cardinals. Trevor Ham passing over the middle, and it is caught close to the 10-yard line. And that'll be a first down, and it'll be first and goal as Carson Maynard makes the catch. 25-yard gain there for Melissa. To the Greenville 9-yard line, make it 26 yards. First and goal at the 9. Snap to Ham. Handoff. And it's a touchdown for Melissa as Josh Fields takes the handoff, scores standing up. Josh Fields, the commit to Louisiana Tech, scores on a 9-yard touchdown run, and Melissa extends the lead out to 27-6. Extra point to come.
Second quarter of the Poteet Lovejoy game, and Lovejoy is winning 42-0. Crandall and Terrell. Crandall's up 15-8 on Terrell. And in the Princeton-Denison game, the Denison is above the Princeton 21-6.
It's a 70-yard drive here for Melissa in 6 plays. Touchdown comes on the 9-yard run by Josh Fields. And for Fields, that will be, well, we don't have the season stats on these guys. Fields last week, 4 carries for 91 yards. That's 23 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. And he caught 3 balls for 62 yards versus Denison. 28-6, Melissa.
When does Lovejoy and Melissa play each other?
They played the last week of the season.
Woo.
They played. It's a Thursday night game. I believe I wrote that down somewhere.
That's going to be a tough game.
It's at Lucas Lovejoy.
That's going to be a tough game.
That will be quite a game. 8:12 left to go in the half year. Homecoming 2022 at Greenville High School. The kick goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. By the way, we mentioned to you that Joel Luna, Lions defensive back, is the homecoming king. Well, the homecoming queen is Lizzie Cavett, a Greenville Lion cheerleader, among many other activities that she's involved in. So Lizzie Cavett is the homecoming queen. Joe Luna is the homecoming king here tonight. Not a happy outcome so far on the field, as the Lions trailing the Melissa Cardinals 28-6, 8:11 left to go in the first half.
Looks like they're going to make them re-kick it.
Lions will make the Cardinals kick again. Aiden Pinner is the place kicker for Melissa. Melissa 5-2 coming into the ball game, but their only 2 losses in pre-district to a couple of state-ranked teams, Argyle and China Spring. And they are undefeated in district play. They'll be home against Princeton next Friday night, and you have to expect they won't have any problems there. But then, as Matthew was inquiring a few minutes ago, they play Lucas Lovejoy November 3rd. That's the Thursday night, the final regular season game of the season, and in all likelihood that'll decide the district championship. The kickoff by Penner. And this is a really terrific kick taken at the 2-yard line, and the returner for Greenville goes back into the end zone before he can get going.
And it looks like
out to about the 14-yard line on the return.
It looks like he lost his shoe as well.
And that is Greg Washington III, Pat just tells me.
Yep.
Greg Washington III.
His little brother plays with my son on the 6th grade
Is
team.
that right?
Yes.
That's great. And Greg is a sophomore, do we think?
Yes, he is.
So Matthew said he's been playing on the JV team, and he's now playing on the varsity.
Yep, they moved him up. I know his dad well, and his dad is very proud of the fact that they moved him up already as a sophomore.
Anthony Johnson, the Greenville quarterback, takes the snap. Johnson fakes the handoff, and now we'll tuck it. Come out over right tackle for a gain of several yards up to the 18-yard line.
That was
so that's
good.
A gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, that's a good solid run from the first down.
Scoreboard says 2nd and 5. I would call it 2nd and 6 from the 18. Javale Oakley out over the football at center for Greenville. Jaqueline Davis in motion now from right to left. Now he stops. We have a back on either side of Anthony Johnson. This time it's Cameron Neal for the Lions. A little cross buck look there, and Cameron Neal across the 20 up to the 21 for a gain of 3 yards. Neal had the Only touchdown so far tonight for Greenville, 12-yard run, and the Lions' last possession. 3rd and short coming up now for Melissa.
You know, I don't mind those short runs, 3 and 4 yards. I'll take them every day.
Well, if you can keep them going, that's like
That's
Woody
true.
Hayes used to say for Ohio State, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They won a lot of football games out.
Yep.
Here's 3rd and 2. Lions going to stay on the ground here. And that is Anthony Johnson, the quarterback,
And he got a first down.
who tucks it and gets to the 25-yard line, and that will be a first down for Greenville Lions. We don't have heights and weights on the Greenville kids for the most part. Anthony Johnson, though, is a big guy.
Yes.
And I would say he's 6'3", 6'4" at least, and I'm sure he's over 200 pounds. Just a junior, so he's still a growing boy. There's a back to his left here, 3 men wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Handoff straight ahead on first down. Tough going there for the Lions. And basically no gain on that carry.
And he got right back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down from the 25. Another of the D1 prospects for Melissa is the linebacker Caleb Otluski. 6'4", 225 pounds. He is a San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Second down and 10. Haven't had the occasion to
Marshall
say his
Falk
name
went
yet. I
to
see he's lined up as the outside linebacker here on the near side, however. This time Jaqueline Davis lined up in the backfield for Greenville, and he takes the handoff. And little jitterbug action there as he comes across the line of scrimmage out to the 33-yard line.
Running back Marshall Falk went to San Diego State, did he
That's
not?
exactly right.
Yeah.
So timeout on the field. Matthew, did you see who called the timeout? It looks like it must have been Melissa because they're down to 1 timeout.
Yeah.
So that is a Melissa timeout. We'll keep it right here with 5:06 left to go in the first half, and Melissa leading 28-6 over Greenville. The annual Greenville ISD Veterans Day program will be at 10 a.m. Friday, November 11th in the Greenville High School Gymnasium. The event is open to the public, and the GISD would love to have you join the celebration there.
I have
Greenville High School gym.
I have been to it several times because I'm a veteran myself. So was my dad. And last year, that was the last one my dad got to go with.
Oh gosh.
So I enjoy it very much so.
We'll tell you more about that later. 3rd and 2 here for Greenville at the 33-yard line. Anthony Johnson has a back to his left, a fake to the halfback, and Johnson keeps it himself, trying to go off left tackle, and he is swarmed and brought down for a loss on that 3rd down and short play. One of the tacklers there for Melissa was Jackson Ford, junior down lineman for the Melissa Cardinals. They give Anthony Johnson forward progress at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. But Lions in a putting situation here, but just about 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Melissa leading 28-6 here on homecoming night. Lions, it looks like to me, Matthew, are depleted tonight just in terms of personnel.
Of course.
We're seeing a lot of kids playing that we haven't seen before
Yep.
in key positions. Here's the punt by Ibarra for the Lions, and this is not a good off the side of his foot, and it goes out of bounds at the Greenville 43-yard line. That is a punt of only 10 yards. Just not a good punt there at all.
Updates on some scores. Denison is now 21 and Princeton is 6. Crandall's still at 15 and Terrell 8. And Lovejoy is 49 over Poteet, nothing.
I thought Poteet would give a little better showing than that.
Well, you know, last week I didn't think that I didn't see anything really from them that I was impressed with. I didn't. Not that I'm biased.
Hard to please there, Matthew.
Yeah, well.
First down, play action pass.
Uh-oh.
And
he's on the run.
Scrambling, passing, but I believe that was caught out of bounds. Yes, out of bounds. Javon Smith, who's having a big night for Melissa, caught that one, but that time out of bounds.
That time Greenville had good coverage against all the receivers.
Second down and 10. Melissa leading 28-6, just over 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Trevor Neal takes the snap. Handoff straight ahead. Running back still on his feet, but I think he went down after a nice game.
You got
it. Melissa, that is Bishop Curry. Not sure, I believe he's carried it at least once tonight, down to the 28-yard line for a gain of 15 yards and a first down. They're trying to snap the ball even before the chains are set. And again, this is Bishop Curry between the tackles, and Curry with a head fake inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 10 yards and another first down. They're going to have to wait for the chains to get set, but they like to snap that ball very quickly. First down at the Greenville 18-yard line. Curry taking the handoff is upended as he's into the secondary and rips off another big gain there for Melissa down to the 8-yard line. Another 10-yard gain. Right back to the line. Melissa, first and goal here. Trevor Ham takes the snap. Looking right. Time to throw. Passing back of the end zone. Caught but out of bounds. Incomplete. I misinformed you a moment ago. I thought they had a first down at the 9-yard line, but they were a yard short. So this is 3rd and 1. So I beg your pardon for that. This is the 3rd and 1 play. And again, Bishop Curry taking the handoff off right tackle.
He got it this
his
time.
shoulder. And he is down to the 5-yard line, and now they will have a first and goal. They say he was down at the 7-yard line, so first and goal from the 7. Make the handoff, or actually they do make the handoff on the option read there. This is Bishop Curry again. Curry down to the 5-yard line. All on the ground this particular drive. And Melissa had the short field after a short punt, and the pass is complete. And this is Jackson Ford, big tight end for Melissa.
Louisiana Tech commit, right?
No, that is you're thinking of Jacob Fields there. Jackson Ford I haven't read about, but he's a very good-looking kid, I'll tell you that. 5-yard touchdown pass there. Jackson Ford from Trevor Neal. Extra point here by Aiden Penner is good. 35-6, Melissa, 2:22 left to go first half. This is Lions football on GEUS. Greenville Lions football on GEUS. This is John Mark Dempsey for Bob Beauty, along with Matthew Middleton. We hope that Bob will rejoin us next week for the Lucas Lovejoy game. 35-6, Melissa. That was a 43-yard drive in 8 plays, all on the ground except for the 5-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Ham to Jackson Ford. And here's the kickoff into the end zone by Aiden Penner. Ford, 6'6", 235-pounder. So, pretty good-looking kid there.
Yep.
Now, Gunnar Wilson, we have not talked about. He had a huge game last week, 7 catches for 109 yards. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. And they list him as an H-back. I don't know how they differentiate between the tight end and the H-back. Basically, I don't think really that Jackson Ford just then was lined up as a tight end. I think he was lined up as the H-back. So it's a matter of semantics there. Lions first down from the 25-yard line. And the pass is complete over on the far side of the field. And out of bounds it goes after a short gain to Cameron Neal. And he gets to the 27-yard line. So that's a gain of 2. Anthony Johnson going at quarterback for Greenville tonight. A junior. Lions second down and 8. Man in motion from left to right. They're going to give it to him. No, they fake it, and Johnson tucks it, lowers his shoulder, burrows out over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. Anthony Johnson. Pretty decent run that time for Greenville. Make it 3rd and 3 for Greenville. Lions need to get to the 35-yard line. And off to Cameron Neal. Neal breaks one tackle, cannot break the next one. Probably got slightly past the line of scrimmage, but that's just about it.
Timeout called.
Another timeout taken here, and is that Melissa? We'll see if it goes to 0 on the scoreboard. We know that was Melissa. We'll try to find out for you, let you know. Lion volleyball team played Denison tonight in a volleyball homecoming game. We don't have the score on that. I hope someone might be able to provide us with that. Maybe David Claiborne will know that at halftime when we talk to him. So they will now be, and I imagine that the Lions won. Denison coming in tonight with a 4-27 record. So I'd be very surprised if Lion volleyball team did not win tonight. And so that, if that is the case, they will be 19, 17, and 2, and they will have one more district game next Tuesday night at Princeton. In all likelihood, that will be the final game of the season. The Lions under Jenna Sickles. So looks like another winning season for the Lion volleyball team. Here is the 4th down and 4 play for Greenville. They will punt Ibarra into the ball game, and a fair catch called for at the 43-yard line. And that is Carson Maynard. And a fair catch there for Melissa. And a much better punt that time by Ibarra. Still not a great one, but much better than the last time. 26-yard punt there by Ibarra.
Little update on the scores. Princeton versus Denison. Denison 34 and Princeton 12. Still at halftime now, Crandall is 15, Terrell's 8, and then Lovejoy is 56 over Poteet 0.
Gosh. 1:04 to go in the half. Quick pass to the short side of the field, complete to Jacob Cusano, up to the 50-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. Melissa leading 35-6. And on this 2nd down and 5 play, handoff up the middle goes to Bishop Curry. Curry to the Greenville 43-yard line. He will have the first down. They're going for more points here. Pump fake. Now throwing down the far sideline. His hand at it is incomplete. Intended for Cusano again. 2nd down and 10. That'll stop the clock.
He just overthrew it, that's all.
Yeah, he had to step on his man there. 44 seconds remaining in the half. Melissa still has one timeout. And they're ready to go again. Trevor Ham takes the snap, play action pass. Ham steps up in the pocket, moving around, passing downfield, and nearly makes the connection at the 5-yard line, but incomplete.
Well,
as the receiver there, that's Jacob Fields. That's the Louisiana Tech commit you're talking about, Matthew. He just could not bring it in there.
It looked like it went through his hands, and then it hit number 6 in the chest of Greenville.
Dewan Kennedy.
Yep.
3rd down and 10. Greenville 43-yard line. Trevor Ham has 37 seconds still to work with. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. H back behind the right tackle. And big tackle there for Greenville by Khalil Parker on Bishop Curry. Khalil Parker, who had 13 tackles in the game last week against Poteet. Loss of 2 yards. There's a tackle for loss. Now this is 4th down and 12 with 19 seconds and the clock rolling. They will go for it. And Ham scrambling. Lost his footing for a moment. Looking downfield. Now passing, has a man wide open at the 30-yard line. And that is Fields. And Fields is down at the 24-yard line. And that will be a first down for Poteet. Gain of 21 yards on that 4th down and 12 play. And Trevor Ham did a great job, the quarterback, keeping that play alive, moving his feet in the pocket.
That's the end of the
And
half.
the clock apparently ran out on that play. So Melissa will not be able to put more points on the board here.
Nope.
We will go to halftime with Melissa leading Greenville 35-6.
And Greenville will be getting the ball at the beginning of the half.
Right. Greenville will have the ball to start the second half of play, but have a big hill to climb, that's for sure, trailing the Melissa Cardinals, undefeated in district play, 35-6. So we will come back here in a moment and we will recap the first half for you. This is Lions football on GEUS. And we are back with Lions football on GEUS. I'm John Mark Dempsey for Bob Moody. along with Matthew Middleton, and we are joined by the great David Claiborne, venerable sports editor of the Greenville Herald-Banner. And so this has not been very, very pretty to watch in the first half.
Well, I thought the best part of the first half was the rousing performance by the choir and the alumni choir of the national anthem.
Yeah, really. Absolutely.
There could be a precedent broken here. Every time they sing the national anthem, the Greenville Lions have won the football game.
Really? Well,
miracle comeback. We could see that.
Have a second half yet to come here, so anything is possible, I suppose. Lions, without getting into too much detail, and I don't know how much you know or are able to say, but they look very depleted tonight. They do not have all the guys on the field they would like to have.
They're missing some people in some key positions, and it's showing. And guys are out there trying, but when you've been relying on one or two guys all season and they're not here tonight, it's kind of tough.
Yeah. Well, what do you have as far as your stats?
Statistics kind of show the mismatch. I got Melissa with 252 total yards. The Greenville Lions with 71. Melissa's pretty balanced, 113 rushing, 139 passing. Greenville Lions have 59 yards rushing, 12 yards passing. Cameron Neal, he's got all 12 yards on 3 receptions. Cameron scored the 1 touchdown. I got him 18 yards on 4 carries. I got Anthony Johnson on 12 yards on 6 carries. Got Justin Johnson, right? It got him with Jaden, my bad. Jaden Johnson with 9 yards on 3 carries. Melissa's doing like I kind of thought they do, running a lot of backs in there. We're going to probably see a lot more of the second half.
Their top back, we've seen very little of him, and that is the Nathan. I've been practicing his name all week, and that is Nathan Adejokin. But we've only seen him for 2 or 3 carries.
Right. I mean, I've got him with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different guys carrying the football. Yeah. Nobody standing out. That guy that came on there at the end, let's see who. Bishop Curry. Bishop Curry, 56 yards on 7 carries. That one guy you were talking about. Josh
Fields.
Josh Nascimento.
Yes.
Yeah, I got him with 42 yards on 3 carries. I got Jacob Fields, 41 yards on 3 carries. Fields got him with 1 catch for 25. They've been spreading it out, the receivers. Javon Smith has 2 catches for 54 yards. Carson Maynard, 2 catches for 59 yards. And they've thrown the ball to 1, 2, 3, 5 different receivers. So they're spreading the ball around.
They have 5 kids that are D1 prospects. I don't know if you've looked into this. Nigel Smith is a defensive end, has an offer from Notre Dame. 6'4", 245-pound junior. Caleb Otluski has committed to San Diego State. He's 6'4", 225 senior linebacker. Trevor Gooseby, and Matthew, we have not talked about him. Big offensive lineman. He is 6'6", 280, the left tackle. He is committed to Texas and decommitted from TCU.
They're very talented, and if the Lions had been at full strength, this team would have been a handful anyway.
Right.
But to go in depleted like this, it's kind of rough. And Lions traditionally play well on homecoming. I'm thinking maybe when they schedule homecoming, should have done it earlier in the season.
Maybe against Denison or Crandall.
These guys is going to be interesting when they play Lucas Lovejoy. That's going to be a ball game, Melissa.
That'd be great.
I haven't seen. We're going to see Lovejoy next week, and we'll be able to get a handle on who's going to win that football game.
What was the score, Matthew?
56-0 against Poteet at halftime.
56-0. Lovejoy, when Greenville was in the district with them, I thought their running backs ran as hard as anybody I'd seen in a while. They just keep churning forward. Lovejoy, they've won 9 state titles in volleyball. They got a linebacker playing for the Arkansas Razorbacks named Bumper Poole. Yeah, that's his real name. But Lovejoy, they're very competitive. But it's interesting, Melissa, they've been coming up through the years in classification. I hadn't really been watching and focusing on them like I have some of the other teams. But this is my first time to ever see Melissa play.
Well, they were in Commerce's district for a couple of years, so we saw them a few years ago. And they've been ever since they came back into football in 2004, and they did not have a football team for 80 years, they've been very strong. A couple of their other guys, Jacob Fields, we've seen some tonight, is committed to Louisiana Tech. He's a running back. And Nathan Adejokan, who we were talking about, he's just a junior. He has an offer from UT San Antonio.
I wish they had heights and weights on these guys.
Well, I got a few of those because in some of my research. But
good for you.
Whatever they're feeding
first,
them in, there, Melissa, they need to be feeding them here.
Yes.
The first roster I got from Melissa this week, David, this is the first. It didn't have numbers. It's a numerical roster. It did not have positions. It did not have heights. It did not have weights, but it had their hoodie size and their pant size. I've never seen that.
Well, I got a roster earlier this season from the Lions with their locker number. But their locker number matches up with a game jersey, so that was okay.
That's not too bad. Well, I did get the numbers. I kind of think that might have been a mistake because a couple of days later I got what appeared to be the real roster. Well,
the second half, I just hope they're kind to the Lions and don't try to score too many points. Lions keep battling, maybe they can score another time or two. And one thing Melissa's got to work on are the deep snaps.
That's right. They've had 2 bad snaps in the first half.
Their total yardage, 252. It would be 290 something were it not for those 2 bad snaps.
That's right.
And one snap cost them a touchdown. They do that again, the Lions could get another touchdown.
Right. Well, let's hope for that. We'll keep a good thought. All right, David, thanks for coming by, and maybe we can talk again at the end of the game. Okay, great. David Claiborne, sports editor of the Greenville Herald-Banner. Lions down at halftime, 35-6 to Melissa, with the Greenville High School Band and Flaming Flashes coming up. Be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll have that performance for you just in the next couple of minutes. This is Greenville Lions football on GEUS.
Major, Mariah Barrett, daughter of Lakeisha Barrett, and former Flaming Flash Barrett, Rory Barrett. Major, Chloe Gay, daughter of Kelly and Chris Gay. Major, Aaron Johnson, daughter of Lafonda Henderson and Miles Johnson. Major, Doris White, daughter of Deborah and The playing collection would like to do a special thanks to one of their most recent respects, Chris Fisher, owner of RNC General, for her generous donation. Tonight, the Greenville Line Drive Band, under the field direction of drum major Sebastian Gonzalez, Sarah Valentine, and Harold Ryan. Wish well to all of our former Line Drive Band. We'll be performing our UIL competition show, Pathway, which will feature trumpet solo, Avery Simmons, who happens to also be the Marker of the Week. Color guard captain is Juno Turner. And the section of the week is the flip section.
This mountain consists of grave people. Where you are and where you are. be a couple pieces of pizza in there. There might be a couple pieces of pizza. There will always be obstacles in your path. Consist
Greenville is surrounded by many beautiful trees. We all recognize the value of trees. They improve our air quality, provide cool shade in the summer, and beautify our parks and streets. However, trees and power lines are dangerous neighbors. GEUS tree trimming crews work year-round to keep primary lines and easements and alleys as clear of tree limbs as reasonable as possible. We appreciate calls pointing out particular problem areas. GEUS crews prune tree branches all around the power lines to prevent hazardous conditions and maintain uninterrupted electric services. Trimming trees near live lines is dangerous and should be only done by professionals. Don't do this yourself. In fact, by law, only qualified trained workers can prune close to power lines. Contact us to report trees that need to be trimmed next to your power lines. GEUS can trim small limbs that are making direct contact with service lines. Customers who elect to have extensive trimming done near power lines or large limbs taken out near power lines should contact GEUS. GEUS reserves the right to take electric service down temporarily for trimming by the customer's contractor, if needed for their personal safety or the safety of the electric line itself. Let's all enjoy our trees safely.
Lions football on Tuesday. Along with Matthew Middleton, Lions trailing Melissa at halftime 35-6. Quick recapping of the scoring. Javon Smith, a 24-yard pass from Trevor Ham for Melissa. Carson Maynard, 28-yard pass from Ham. This coming after the Lions fumbled the kickoff. 14-0. Interception by Landon Brando at the Greenville 42, setting up the 18-yard run by Josh Nascimento. Then Greenville got on the board, 12-yard run by Cameron Neal. For Melissa, 9-yard run by Jacob Fields and a 5-yard touchdown pass from Ham to Ford. The final touchdown of the half. Here's the kickoff into the end zone for the touchback. And the pass from Trevor Ham to Jackson Ford, 5-yard TD pass coming with 2:22 left to go in the first half to make it 35-6 at halftime. So Greenville has the ball to start the second half. Lions will start the 25-yard line after the touchback on the kick by Aiden Penny. So here we go with Greenville on offense. As David Claiborne told you at halftime, Lions quite depleted in terms of the players they're able to put on the field here tonight. Anthony Johnson with the snap. And Johnson tried to hand it off. Some kind of mix-up there, and he kept it himself and actually ended up picking up a yard or two.
Yeah, he's like a bulldozer. He bounced off of somebody.
He's a big fella. And he can make some bodies move on.
Yes, he could.
As we said, we don't have heights and weights on these guys, but Anthony Johnson, I would say 6'3", 6'4", 220 in that range, the junior quarterback for Greenville.
Oh!
And Johnson rolling to his right, trying to pass. Now the ball is taken away. And is this a touchdown? It is. And this is Caleb Otluski, who is the San Diego State commit, senior linebacker for Melissa, and I think he just stripped the ball there from Anthony Johnson. Mercy.
Wow.
Otluski.
When it rains, it pours, don't it?
That's going to be a 20-yard or thereabout fumble recovery and return. For the touchdown. And it's 41-6. Got it. Extra point by Aiden Penner is good. 42-6 Melissa. Lions football continues on GEUS.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
Greenville Lions football on GEUS. Melissa 42, Greenville 6. Just underway in the second half. Caleb Otluski, a 20-yard or thereabout fumble return for a touchdown for the Cardinals. And it's 42-6. Kickoff here by Penrith. This is high and deep. Boy, what a leg he's got. Deep into the end zone there. And quite high, Matthew, on that kid. So Greenville with the second possession of the third quarter for the Lions, starting at the 25-yard line. Lions able to take advantage of a snap high over the head of the punter, giving the ball at the Melissa 22-yard line. Midway through the second quarter and got the 12-yard touchdown run by Cameron Neal. That's the only time the Lions have been able to put points on the board so far here tonight. Anthony Johnson, empty backfield, takes the snap, runs straight ahead, lowers his shoulder, gets out to the 29-yard line for a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6 for the Lions. Lions at home next Friday night. Doesn't get any easier. Lucas Lovejoy coming in to take on the Greenville Lions next Friday night.
And what we were seeing from the stats right now, Lovejoy is over Poteet 56-0.
Yeah. Here's the snap. Anthony Johnson, the junior quarterback again, goes between the tackles for Greenville for a short gain out to the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 2 yards. Now 3rd and 4 for the Greenville Lions. Lions moving to the south end zone at T.A. Cotton Ford Stadium on homecoming night. Empty backfield again for Anthony Johnson. They snap it to him. He's going to his left, and he is going to be dumped. First man to get there, the defensive end for Melissa, Nigel Smith, who has the offer from Notre Dame, 6'4", 245-pound junior. Drops Anthony Johnson back at the 27-yard line. Loss of 4 yards, punting situation. I was out in the stands at halftime, Matthew, and surprised that the wind is as strong as it is. Didn't really realize that, but a pretty strong south breeze. And Andrew Ibarra will be kicking into that wind. He keeps it low, which is a good idea. And it's picked up on the hop here by Carson Maynard for Melissa. And Melissa will have the ball in Greenville territory at about the 48-yard line after a return of about 12 yards there by Carson Maynard.
That wind is coming out of the south at 13 miles an hour. So yes, it's going to be hard to throw against it. Of course, now Melissa is going with it, so hopefully maybe it'll make them go throw over.
It's a 32-yard punt into the wind by Andrew Ibarra. 12-yard return by Maynard. First down, Melissa at the Greenville 49-yard line. And Trevor Ham still in the ball game at quarterback for Melissa. Passing, trying to set up a screen there on the right side, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10. Trevor Ham had 8 touchdown passes against Terrell earlier this season. Handoff up the middle. And that was Bishop Curry for Melissa. Now 3rd down and 2 at the Greenville 42-yard line. Whistles.
Flag on the play.
False start against the Cardinals. Perhaps you heard our public address announcer, Pat Just.
That's what happens, though. Sometimes you get that fast movement of trying to huddle and everything. That you get.
That's right. That's right.
So now this will be 3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals from the Greenville 48-yard line. Luke Daymel, the center, out over the football for the Cardinals. He snaps it to Trevor Ham. Ham, play action, setting up in the pocket, and passing and incomplete over the middle, intended for Javon Smith. Incomplete, 4th down and 8 for the Cardinals, and with the false start penalty, the Lion defense has a stop. And Aiden Penner coming into the ball game to punt for the Cardinals with a good wind at his back.
I bet you he kicks it in the end zone.
I would expect. Nobody back for Greenville. Well, there is at the 12-yard line. I beg your pardon. You do have one man back, and the punt is taken at the 8-yard line, and he did a good job of catching that ball with 3 or 4 Cardinals bearing down on him. That was DeJuan Kennedy for Greenville.
Why would you?
Yeah, probably should have let that one go. Standing at about the 10, he backed up and caught it, and did a great job of standing up to that onslaught of Cardinal tacklers. But, yeah.
Wasn't quite as smart, yeah. Wasn't as smart.
It's a 37-yard punt by Aiden Penner. So Greenville deep in its own territory at the 8-yard line. 1st down and 10. Lions moving into the wind here in the 3rd quarter. Anthony Johnson, the quarterback, takes the snap, and no deception at all there. He just bulls out across the 10-yard line out to the 15 and the 16-yard line for a gain of 8 yards. Big, strong young man, Anthony Johnson. Lions down 42-6. 7:54 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Ram can butt his head so many times, but eventually he gets a headache. Oh.
Snap to Johnson, handoff as the Lions try to go over the left side here, and that is Cameron Neal in the ball game for Greenville, and just nowhere to go for Cameron Neal. Do we have a flag down? Apparently we
yep.
do. Here's the sideline on the near side here.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be on Melissa.
Offside. Don't see that called very often, do you?
No.
So this will give the Lions a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 1st down, Greenville. Javale Oakley over the football at center. Snap to Johnson, give it to Cameron Neal, and he gets lost for a minute in that big mass of humanity there, and then bounces to the outside, and we'll have a 1st down for the Lions out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Cameron Neal, a gain of 22 yards.
That was a good run. Very good run.
It's Cameron Neal, the son of the great sprinter from the 80s in the red and white colors, Henry Neal. Of course, Henry also was a football player of some note. Anthony Johnson on 1st down. Going to his right, cuts it back. Goes down at the 48-yard line in Greenville territory. That's a gain of about 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Make it 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Lions. Close to midfield at the 49-yard line in Greenville territory. Snap to Johnson. Johnson faking the handoff. Will take it himself. Off right tackle. Across the 50 to about the 49-yard line. Short of a 1st down. The 49-yard line in Melissa territory.
It looks like several times he's slipped on the field. Have you noticed that?
No, but I'll be watching for that now, Matthew. Sure will. 3rd down and 2.
I noticed it from the 1st quarter when he went back to throw that one ball. He slipped and fell on his backside. And several other times I've noticed that he just is slipping.
3rd down and 2.
Whoa!
And Anthony Johnson should have the 1st down, very close anyway to the Melissa 47-yard line.
As he goes off
see?
left tackle, lowers his shoulder, they are moving the chains, first down.
That's what I said. Ram will hit his head so many times before he gets a headache. He hit, I don't know who he hit down there, but he hit them hard. It knocked them on their backs. But I think his head's hurting. You know that new rule in the NFL, if you think that you've got a good hit in the head, they take you off the field right then and there.
Anthony Johnson has looked good on this drive carrying the football for Greenville. He really hasn't passed at all on this drive, I don't believe. But most of the yardage they've gained from their own 8 to the Melissa 47-yard line has been by Anthony Johnson, the junior quarterback. But he's out of the game, at least for the moment. And I think that Joel Luna is likely now going to be the quarterback, but who knows? Now, he's on the field. Joel Luna, who is a stalwart on the Greenville defense in the defensive backfield, he comes into the ball game at quarterback for Greenville. Joel Luna. And he is, by the way, the homecoming king.
That's right.
Joel Luna. First down. Hand off. Cameron Neal trying to go to the right side, and Neal is swarmed and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they put it down. Looks like leading the charge there for Melissa was Jason Anunobi. And they will give him the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. 4:38 to go, third quarter. Greenville down 42-6 to the Melissa Cardinals. Greenville just overwhelmed tonight.
Yep.
Joel Luna in at quarterback.
But
Luna takes the snap, trying to go between the left tackle and the left guard for the Lions.
Johnson just came out of the tent, the medical tent, and it looks like he's going to be coming back into the game.
That'll be good. Here he comes. All right. So Joe Luna back out of the game, and Anthony Johnson comes back in at quarterback for Greenville. And he's looking at a 3rd and 9. Line to gain is the 37-yard line of Melissa. Anthony Johnson takes the snap, passing, and it is complete to Jaqueline Davis, and Davis
good pass.
Loses a couple of tacklers and maneuvers on down to about the 25-yard line for a gain of 20 yards on that pass from Anthony Johnson. Good-looking drive here for Greenville.
That short pass, like I told you yesterday, is what got Melissa on her heels.
You're talking about in the freshman game.
Yeah, yes.
So Greenville, this is now the 8th play of the drive. They have driven from their 8-yard line. Now first down at the Melissa 25-yard line. Johnson handing off. This is a jet sweep to Jaqueline Davis. And Davis, short pickup to the 24-yard line. Just 1 yard there. It'll be second down and 9 for the Lions. Greenville moving into the wind here in the third quarter. They'll have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter. Javelle Oakley out over the football at center for Greenville. Lions have an H back behind the right tackle, and that is Sawyer Duke. Back to the left of Anthony Johnson. And the handoff does go to Cameron Neal. Cameron Neal trying to go off tackle to the right. Tough going there as he gets down to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 3. So a respectable gain there for Cameron Neal, but Lions left with a 3rd down and 6. Need to get to the 15-yard line. This is the best sustained drive of the night by far for Greenville.
Yes, yes.
Lions go with 2 men wide right, 2 men wide left. Passing over the middle, complete.
It's that short pass.
Down to the 10-yard line, down to the 9-yard line it goes to Cameron Neal. 12 yards on the game. 1st and goal for Greenville. I imagine at this point Melissa has some substitutes in the game on defense.
Of course.
But nevertheless, it's a good-looking drive for the Greenville Lions.
Yes, it is.
12th play of the drive. I think this is the best that Anthony Johnson has looked at quarterback on by far.
First and goal. Is Jaden Johnson back in the ballgame at running back for Greenville. A little hole opens up for him over the left side. Johnson down to the 4-yard line for a gain of 5. Second down and goal from the 4. Anthony Johnson, the junior quarterback, looking to the sideline for the play. Coming back into the huddle now. Here come the Lions up to the line. Jaden Johnson, a step to the right of Anthony Johnson. In the Greenville backfield, Anthony Johnson takes the snap using his blockers.
He's pushing
Going ahead, close to the goal line, but unable to push it across the stripe. He gets down to the 1-yard line, I believe. Or will they put it down? They will put it down to 2. So that's a gain of 2. So third down and goal at the 2-yard line. And Matthew, I have to believe this is a 4-down situation for Greenville. They're down 42-6. 3 men wide left. Back to the left of Anthony Johnson. They give it to Jaden Johnson, and Johnson picking his way, and he has the touchdown for Greenville. Jaden Johnson, touchdown, Greenville Lions. That'll be his first touchdown of the season. The Lion sophomore. 42-12 now, 13 seconds left to go, third quarter. "92-yard drive by Greenville.
Good solid run.
Archer O'Neill with the extra point, and it is good. 42-13, and it's 7-7 in the third quarter, Matthew.
Yep.
13 seconds to go in the third period. Lions down 42-13. This is Lions football on Juice.
Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Your conservation helps all GEUS customers. In the future, we will need to build new electric generators, and this can be expensive. And with our population growing, we will need that power. That's why we give rebates for Energy Star appliances. So think about replacing your bulbs with super efficient LED bulbs or adding insulation to your attic. Together, we can help all GEUS customers by doing our part. Check out our rebates online, and remember, GEUS is always ready to serve and assist you in any way we can.
92-yard drive for Greenville in 14 plays. Jaden Johnson, 2-yard plunge for the touchdown. Kickoff by Archer O'Neill. O'Neill, knuckleball kind of kick, lands at the 20, still bouncing there. And now picked up for the Cardinals, and here's the return. And this is Javon Smith, and Smith going this way and that, finally down at the 25-yard line. Javon Smith had the first touchdown tonight for Melissa on a 24-yard pass from Trevor Hand. So Melissa, first down at the 25-yard line.
Only 2 seconds left in the third quarter. This quarter's gone by quick.
It has gone by fast, and especially with the teams, for the most part, keeping the ball on the ground. New quarterback here for Melissa. And on first down, hand off, and the gain is up the middle for about 3 yards. The quarterback is Tatum Thompson, a senior, and running back there, Connor Betts, for a gain of about 3 yards. Final play of the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter. Melissa leading Greenville, homecoming 2022, 42-13. This is Lions football on Juice.
It was a thrill when you were working, especially a storm after a storm.
I was probably 9 or 10, and I watched my dad climb a pole in the pouring rain to get the lights back on. My dad's eyes lit up when he found out Levi, my son, had got hired on at GEUS to be a lineman.
My family's been in GEUS for a long time, and
First play of the fourth quarter, handoff goes to Betts. Betts off right tackle and cuts it back, and there he goes. I don't think anybody's going to catch him at the 20, at the 10, and a touchdown for the Melissa Cardinals, and this is Connor Betts, a junior running back who I don't think has seen a lot of action so far this season, but that is a 72-yard run. Connor Betts opened wide open for him. And by the 50-yard line, he pretty much had it made. In the open field, here's the extra point kick. And that one is good, and I believe that is Carson Maynard with the extra point there. No, that is the same fellow that has been the place kicker, Aiden Penner. It is good, 49-13. Melissa, this is Lions football on GEUS.
We're going to just stay here.
72-yard run just moments ago. You know, the Greenville ISD is hosting a series of town hall meetings to inform the community about the projects in the November 8th bond election. The town hall meetings will feature an interactive format with tables manned by experts and trustees devoted to 4 separate aspects of the bond. The table topics include the Greenville Middle School, the LP Waters Early Childhood Center, financial and tax information, and an overview of the bond. And that next meeting will be at 5:30 p.m. Thursday, October 27th. That's this coming Thursday at the Greenville Middle School cafeteria. Bond election, of course, coming up, as we said, on Tuesday, November 8th.
And I firmly going to be voting for it because I think that they need those new schools. Those schools are old and they just need to be revamped.
All right. Personal opinion of Matthew Middleton.
Well,
opinions are not necessarily those of
GEUS, that's correct.
Or our sponsor. So the kickoff there is taken, I believe that was a fair catch, Matthew, at the 20,
yes, it was.
29-yard line.
Yes, it was.
72-yard run for Melissa just moments ago by one of their backup running backs, Connor Betts. Their only other touchdown this half is a 20-yard fumble return by Caleb Otluski it is. And about the third play of the half, here's Anthony Johnson throwing deep and almost making the connection.
He did.
It is caught. Complete pass, and this is Jaqueline Davis for Greenville at the 10, the 5, diving at the pylon. Touchdown.
He got a touchdown. Look at that.
71-yard touchdown pass from Anthony Johnson to Jaqueline Davis.
You know, that's got to make him feel good. Here they thought that, you know,
I wasn't certain that he'd made the catch at first, but Anthony Johnson stepping up in the pocket and firing one. You know, he has a strong arm.
Oh, yeah, and he was almost tackled, too. He had to push the defender to the side. It was quite good to see.
So a 72-yard run for Melissa by Connor Betts and a 71-yard TD pass to Jaqueline Davis from Anthony Johnson on consecutive plays, accepting the kickoff.
We're only 30 points behind right now.
Tonight the Lions go for 2 here. There's really not much point in that unless they just want to do it for the experience. And they are going to have the point after touchdown try, and this will be for Greenville, Andrew Ibarra, normally the punter. And he has kicked some extra points this season.
And that will only put him up 29 points ahead of us.
Kicks the extra point. He is now 4 for 5 on his extra point attempts this season. Lions, by the way, now have the wind at their back here in the fourth quarter. And Matthew, that probably had something to do with that touchdown pass. So it is 49-20.
Greenville trailing by 29 points with 11:28 left to go in the ball game. And for Jaquaylin Davis, that is his 4th touchdown pass of the season. 5'7", 150-pound senior for the Lions. And that will be the 2nd touchdown pass of the season for Anthony Johnson for the Greenville Lions. Did you know the Greenville ISD is 130 years old this year? The district was founded in 1892 and is proud to serve the 5,400 students enrolled in the GISD schools. And then a message from the Greenville Independent.
And you know who else is 130 years old?
That'd be GEUS.
Yes, it is.
How about that? A couple of pretty stalwart organizations here in Greenville, been going for a long time, doing a lot of good.
The first municipality-owned utility company and the oldest.
Kickoff by Archer O'Neill. With the wind at his back, it goes 8 yards deep in the end zone. That wind is kind of nice to have at your back, isn't it?
Yes.
In most situations. By the way, again, tonight, the homecoming queen is Lizzie Cavett, and the homecoming king is Joel Luna, a Lion football player who came in at quarterback there for a couple of plays a short time ago. A lot of fans have exited the stadium now with the Lions down by a considerable margin and halftime having passed. Still a good number on hand here for the 4th quarter. Lions showing some resolve on defense here as they drop the back for Melissa for a loss back to the 21-yard line. Khalil Parker, one of those Lions. Parker had 13 tackles versus Poteet, came into the game with 42 tackles, the Lion defensive end. Now here is 2nd down for Melissa, and on this play, after a 2-yard loss, the gain is out across the 30 to the 32-yard line by Bishop Curry. So 3rd down and 2 for Melissa. Clock rolling, 10:42 left to go in the ball game. Handoff goes once again to Curry. He breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Across the 35 to the 36.
They got the 1st down.
Khalil Parker again for Greenville. 1st down for Melissa. As Matthew tells you at the 37-yard. The quarterback now for Melissa is Tatum Thompson, senior, taking over from Trevor Ham. Thompson handing off. And a short gain up the middle. Bishop Curry again on the carry, and Joel Luna makes the tackle there for Greenville at the 41-yard line.
I suspect that they're probably going to do nothing but this running.
I would think so, Matthew.
Eat up the clock.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. A lot of Cardinals getting some playing time that probably don't see a whole lot of playing time. We saw very little of their great running back, Nathan Avajokin, in the 1st quarter. And that's just about it. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 carries, if that. Thompson, the quarterback, tucks it and will be shoved back there by the Lions. And that time in on the tackle for Greenville, among others, was Jonathan Sampson, who's the #1 tackler on the Greenville Ball Club with 67 tackles coming into the game tonight. Loss of 1 back to the 40. It was 3rd down and 7 for Melissa. Thompson, play action pass, throwing.
As soon as we say that there's not going to be any throws, they throw the ball.
3rd down and long, and they pick up the 1st down out to the 49-yard line. 9-yard gain there to Tyler Montgomery, a sophomore receiver for the Cardinals. 1st down at the Melissa 49-yard. And off tackle to the left side it goes. And for Greenville, the tackle is made by Andrew Ibarra. And on defense there, Connor Betts, the ball carrier. No gain at the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Andrew Ibarra in the ball game at defensive end for Greenville. Lions showing an odd front here. Totem Thompson, quarterback up the middle into Greenville territory to the 40-yard line. Jamorian Stevenson makes the tackle, the senior DB for Greenville. As the game goes to the Greenville 40 for a gain of 11 yards and a first down. And they will put it down to the 41-yard line, but first down for Melissa. 49-20, the Cardinals lead the Lions. Greenville with an electrifying 71-yard touchdown pass moments ago from Johnson to Jaden Davis. Cardinals keep it on the ground here with the quarterback Tatum Thompson. I think I might have said Totem a moment ago. It's Tatum. And he gains to the 39-yard line of Greenville. That's a gain of 2 yards. And it is second down and 8 for the Cardinals. Pass from Anthony Johnson to Quaylen Davis, 71 yards for a touchdown. Play action pass. Thompson rolling out against his body. He throws. It is complete. And I hear whistles as the receiver going down the sideline there. That is Hudson Zufelt. Apparently he stepped out of bounds over on the far side.
Oh, there's a flag on the play, too. In the backfield.
Keep an eye on our referee, Kerry Moore. Ineligible man downfield. So that'll wipe out the game.
Five-yard variety.
Put the ball down at the 40-yard line. No, it's what I thought. It was line of scrimmage was near there. So it was line of scrimmage was for 39, so they put it up at 44. That's what I thought. All right, so still second down. Make this 2nd and 13. They need to reach the Greenville 31-yard line. Tatum Thompson, the quarterback, he is a senior. And handing off right tackle. That is Bishop Curry. Gets down to the 35-yard line, and Jonathan Sampson makes the tackle for Greenville. Gains to the 35. Third down and 5 here for the Cardinals. Cardinals play Princeton next Friday night, and you have to think that won't be too much of a challenge for them, but then they play Lucas Lovejoy Thursday night, November 3rd, in all likelihood for the district championship. They're letting plenty of time run off the clock here, which is okay with me. Looking to the sideline, they may call a timeout. The clock is down, play clock is down to 1, and they will take a timeout. 49-20, Melissa leading over Greenville. And we'll stay here at TA Cotton Ford Stadium for the moment. And mention that the Greenville volleyball team played Denison tonight. Still haven't heard a score on that, but have to think that in all likelihood they were able to beat the Yellow Jackets as Denison came in with a record of 4-27.
Oh.
So if Greenville won tonight, they would be 19-17-2. Matthew, I still don't know how you have a tie in a volleyball game, but somehow they do. But they will close out the season next Tuesday night at Princeton.
Yes. I don't know if they've made the playoffs yet, but
I don't believe they are in range for the playoffs, but I would be glad to be corrected on that. McKinney North and Lovejoy.
McKinney North is pretty good.
At the top of the district standings, and they played this evening at 5 p.m. McKinney North was 10-0, and Lovejoy was 10-1. And so it would be very interesting to know how that came out. McKinney North at Lovejoy. Of course, as you said earlier in our broadcast, Lovejoy has a great volleyball program. But they play tonight probably for the district championship. On this 3rd down 5 play, Melissa will keep it on the ground. And the tackle here is made for Greenville by Andrew Ibarra again. And once again, that's Bishop Curry for Melissa. And the loss is back to the 37-yard line. So that is a loss of 2. Andrew Ibarra coming through with a couple of tackles here for Greenville. 4th down, and make it 6. Play action pass. Tatum Thompson back to throw, in trouble, is being brought down, passes, And it is complete. He got the pass away. Not sure how he did that. He would be short of the first down.
Short.
The catch is made for Melissa by Jacob Nye, sophomore. But the ball's going to go back over to Greenville. I'm not sure which of the Lions had Tatum Thompson in his grasp, but Thompson looked like he was for sure going to go down for a sack. For all the world, looked like he was wrapped up, but somehow he was able to get that pass away. And got it to the Greenville 33-yard line, but it goes over on downs. And the Lions trailing 49-20, have it back with 5:34 left to go in the ballgame. Anthony Johnson throwing deep, has a man out there again, overthrows him at the 25-yard line.
That's when the wind became a factor.
Maybe so. That's Cameron Neal. Hard to overthrow Cameron Neal. Yeah, Anthony Johnson has the wind at his back here.
That ball
Had
just
the wind at his back on that 71-yard PB pass to Jaqueline Davis a few minutes ago. 2nd and 10.
Cameron Neal just kind of touched him and said, hey, all right, try it again, man. We'll get it this time.
Running play. Off right tackle, step to his left, cuts it back.
Who let Jerome Bettis even play?
This is Justin Fisher on the carry. Looking good.
He looked like Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, he did. He's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gets to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 10 yards and a first down for Greenville. Yes, sir. Justin Fisher, he's a senior. We have not seen much of him.
No, not at all.
It's a big fella. Stout.
Yeah.
Stocky. Again, the Lions very depleted tonight. There are several key players, for whatever reason, not able to go this evening. Hand off, once again, straight ahead. This is Justin Fisher. And Fisher lowering his shoulder, making the pile move out across the 45 to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 for the Greenville Lions. Lions have 3 timeouts. 4:20 to go in the ball game, trailing 49-20. 2 touchdowns here in the second half. The snap, Anthony Johnson in the
Lots
pocket.
Lots of time.
Stepping up, looking downfield now. He will run, and he goes across the 50. Looks like he'll have the first down as he gets to the 47-yard line in Melissa territory.
Good job, Anthony.
With 11 yards on the game by Anthony Johnson. He has, at times, looked very good here tonight.
Yep.
Anthony Johnson is a junior. He'll be back next year for Greenville. First down at the Melissa 47-yard line. This drive started at the Greenville 33. Hand off. Between the tackles they go. And for Greenville, this is Greg Washington, the 3rd, I was told by Pat Just. He gets to the 46-yard line, just a gain of 1 yard there. That Greenville offensive line, we never really take the time to talk about that, but Sincere McLaughlin, Saul Gonzalez, Travell Oakley, Andrew Morris, and Andrew Ibarra are the regulars.
Hey, the Hog Mollies need some love too.
2nd down and 9. Johnson back to throw, moving around in the pocket. Now 3 or 4 Cardinals converge on him after a short gain. Anthony Johnson picks up maybe 3 yards or so there. And one of those Cardinals in on the tackle was Micah Finan. Finan, it is. Micah Finan. The gain is to the 43-yard line, so 3 yards. And now make it 3rd and 6 for Greenville. Lions moving to the north end zone with a wind at their back. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side, back to the right of Anthony Johnson. Johnson takes the snap, going to keep it around the right side. Now cutting back, gets to the 35-yard line. He'll have a first down for Greenville.
Looks like he's trying to take some playbook plays from Micah Simpson.
Well, it's the same team, same offense.
Just not quite as fast.
First down at the 35, 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Lions still with 3 timeouts. Snap to Anthony Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson stepping up. Looking downfield, lots of time to throw. There's a man out there into the end zone, knocked away at the last moment. It's Jaquaylin Davis for Greenville. Just missed the connection there by a fraction. Second down and 10 from the 35, 1:51 left to go in the game.
I like that little impression of Bob Euchre there. Just a bit outside.
Jaquaylin Davis had the 71-yard touchdown pass from Anthony Johnson not long ago.
Yes.
Play is stopped for the moment. The Lions didn't take a timeout. Or did, for whatever reason, Melissa take a timeout? Perhaps so. Lions at home next Friday night against Lucas Lovejoy. Lovejoy tied with Melissa for first place in the district, and they were wiping out Mesquite Poteet at last report. Second down and 10. Anyway, the game next Friday night at 7:30. Here's Johnson passing. Cameron Neal catches it at the 30, gives a little ground, and will go down at about the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 yards. Third down and 6 for Greenville. 1:36 left to go. Lions would like to put one more touchdown on the board. Pretty respectable performance by the Lions here in the second half.
Well, the Crandall is getting a good game against Terrell. It's 29-22 right now.
With who ahead, Matthew?
Crandall.
Snap to Johnson on this third down and 6. Johnson fakes the handoff on a play action. He throws out of bounds.
Faked me because I didn't know where the ball was going.
Right. The fake to Greg Washington, who's come up from the JV this week.
Now, Denison is beating Princeton 60-19. And Lovejoy is still over Poteet 56-0.
It almost sounds like they may just be letting the clock run in the second half or something like that. Just kind of having a almost like the 10-run rule in baseball, something similar to that. Fourth down and 6. Johnson passing deep into the end zone.
And it's caught. It's caught.
Touchdown, Greenville. That's Cameron Neal. What a throw and catch on 4th down and 6. From the 31-yard line, they connect 8 yards deep in the end zone. Cameron Neal with his second touchdown of the night. Beautiful play. Lions have had some real nice moments here in the fourth quarter. 31-yard touchdown pass. And I think we've seen Anthony Johnson come a long way here tonight at quarterback.
Yep.
Extra point is good. And that was Andrew Ibarra with the extra point. 49-27. Melissa over Greenville, 1:02 to go. This is Lions football on GEUS.
Conserving energy is important to us here at GEUS. We even pay rebates when you buy energy-efficient appliances. Your conservation helps all GEUS customers. In the future, we will need to build new electric generators, and this can be expensive. And with our population growing, we will need that power. That's why we give rebates for Energy Star appliances. So think about replacing your bulbs with super efficient LED bulbs or adding insulation to your attic. Together, we can help all GEUS customers by doing our part. Check out our rebates online, and remember, GEUS is always ready to serve and assist you in any way we can.
Greenville Lions football on GEUS. John Mark Dempsey for Bob Muty, along with Matthew Middleton. We hope Bob will be back next week. A little bicycle mishap a few weeks ago, and he's been steadily recovering, but so far unable to rejoin us, but we hope that he will be back next week. That was a 67-yard, 11-play drive for Greenville, the 31-yard touchdown pass. And Cameron Neal from Anthony Johnson. Now the kick is into the end zone by Andrew Ibarra for the touchback.
And that touchdown pass coming on 4th and 6. So 1:02 to go. And have to expect that Melissa will be content to run out the clock here.
Just be a victory formation, right?
Well, we'll see about that. You know, these kids that are getting to play, they want to accomplish something. They want to have their moment.
Of
And
course.
some of these guys definitely have for Melissa tonight, including Connor Betts, Bishop Curry. Betts had the 72-yard touchdown. I would bet, we don't have stats on Melissa, but I would bet that's his first touchdown.
You got one guy in the very far back. Why?
Yeah, this is going to be the victory formation, as you said. That's guarding against a bad snap. If they had 2 bad snaps, remember, over the head either of Trevor Ham, the quarterback, or the punter in the first half. So just in case, you do see that quite a bit. So they will kneel on the ball here at least one more time.
And that's a different quarterback, too. Number 14.
Okay, Tatum Thompson has been in at quarterback. Got new quarterback in here for Melissa. It's Orrin Abel, who's listed as a defensive lineman, Matthew. And he is a junior. He looks like a defensive lineman, doesn't he? He's one of those stocky-looking fellas. He takes the knee, and that should be it. Yeah, that'll be it. So it's going to be a 49-27 final here tonight from TA Cotton Ford Stadium as Melissa runs out the clock. And we'll recap it for you. And we'll look ahead to next week as the Lions lose to Melissa on the 27. This is Lions football on Juice. We're back on Juice. It's John Mark Dempsey, and we getting a little feedback there, Matthew, that perhaps needs to be.
I don't know, it's me.
Is that me?
I don't know what it is.
That's not supposed to sound that way, but I think it's taken care of now. So Lions lose it on homecoming night, 49-27. I have to. They've already turned the scoreboard off on me here, Matthew. I think I'm right in saying 49-27. But Greenville with 2 late touchdowns. And I tell you, unfortunately, and it's absolutely understandable that some people left after halftime here tonight, but they missed a lot of exciting football in the fourth quarter by Greenville. So Lions able to put a couple of late touchdowns up there. Let's recap the scoring for you in the game. Javon Smith got it going for Melissa on a 24-yard pass from Trevor Ham. The extra point good, 7-0. Melissa led with 6:36 left to go in the first quarter. Then Greenville fumbled the kickoff, or a muff on the kickoff, and Melissa recovered at the Greenville 28-yard line. And the second play, they got the 28-yard touchdown pass from Trevor Ham to Carson Maynard to make it 14-0. Then an interception by Landon Brando at the Greenville 42-yard line, and Josh Nascimento scored on an 18-yard run to make it 21-0. Melissa with 2:46 left to go in the first quarter.
And then Greenville got on the board as the Lions got the ball at the Melissa 22-yard line after that high snap over the head of the punter we were talking about a short time ago. And Cameron Neal scored on a 12-yard run for the Lions to make it 21-6 as the extra point was no good with 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Melissa comes back with a 70-yard drive in 6 plays. And Jacob Field scored on a 9-yard run. The extra point made it 28-6. Lions had a short punt that gave Melissa the ball at the Greenville 43-yard line. They go 43 yards in 8 plays. And Jackson Ford scores on a 5-yard pass from Trevor Ham to make it 35-6. 2:22 left to go in the second quarter, and that was the score at halftime, 35-6. And then on the, the second play of the second half, Caleb Otluski, a linebacker for Melissa, who, by the way, is a commitment to San Diego State. He's a senior. Scored on a 20-yard fumble return for Melissa to make it 42-6 with 11:15 left to go in the third quarter. After that point, really, Greenville, I think, did a pretty good job of representing themselves as the Lions forced Melissa to punt, and they get the ball back at their 8-yard line, Matthew. And Greenville goes 92 yards in 14 plays. And they get the touchdown on a 2-yard run by Jaden Johnson. There was a 22-yard run or pass, I don't remember which, to Cameron Neal on that drive. The kick was good, 42-13 at that point. Melissa then scores on a 72-yard run by Connor Betts to make it 49-13. Then the Lions got that electrifying 71-yard touchdown pass from Anthony Johnson to Jaqueline Davis. This came with 11:28 left to go in the ball game to make it 49-20. Melissa had a long drive. I didn't really realize, they used a lot of the fourth quarter up on that drive. They went from their 25 to the Greenville 33, gave the ball up on downs, all on the ground. That was a 12-play drive. That used up a lot of the fourth quarter. Lions got the ball back at the Greenville 33-yard line. They go 67 yards in 11 plays. They get a touchdown on a pass from Jaden Johnson to Cameron Neal, 31-yard TD pass on 4th and 6. A beautifully thrown ball, nice catch at the back of the end zone.
Yeah, back of the end zone, yep.
And Johnson did a great job of staying in the pocket, looking downfield, finding the receiver. And Jaden Johnson, I think, matured a lot tonight as a quarterback, despite the big loss. So it's 49-27, the final score. Lions losing to the Melissa Cardinals tonight, and don't want to wait too long here for David Claiborne. We'd love for the sports editor of the Herald Banner to come back and join us.
Here's an update for you.
Okay.
Crandall versus Terrell, they're tied with 2 minutes left, 29-29. And Crandall's got the ball. They're inside the 20 of Crandall. So if they don't make a touchdown here, I'm sure that they're probably going to go for the field goal and maybe win it from that way. But Denison Princeton, we got 60-19. Denison over them.
Now, who had the ball in the Crandall-Terrell game, did you say?
Crandall had the ball.
So they were in position to win.
Yes, to win.
So those teams are tied at 2-2, along with Poteet, but Poteet now 2-3 after losing big to Lovejoy tonight. But Crandall and Terrell basically playing for to be in the driver's seat to go to the playoffs.
Lovejoy is 70, Poteet is 3.
Well, they're coming here next week. Lovejoy is coming to Greenville next week. And, of course, I would, I hate to remind you, but the Lions lost to Mesquite Poteet last week, 29-27. So comparative scores don't favor us too well there.
Less than a minute left, and Crandall just scored 36-29 right now.
Okay, so in all likelihood, Crandall will win that game. And Terrell still probably in pretty good position to make the playoffs as the fourth-place team, even with that loss.
Yes.
As things stand. But there's still 2 weeks to play. Okay, so I don't think David, let's say the door is opening, and no, we thought David might be able yet to join us, but apparently not. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up from here, and we will remind you that The Lions at home again next Friday night to play Lucas Lovejoy. And if nothing else, you want to come out and see a really good high school football team in Lucas Lovejoy. I have to say tonight, Matthew, the Lions badly depleted. We saw a lot of guys playing tonight we have not seen
before,
play
yeah.
before, because the guys who have been playing for whatever reason are not able to play tonight. But I think the Lions accounted pretty well for themselves this evening under the circumstances.
Yes, I agree with you. And those guys that are getting to play, especially those underclassmen like Greg Washington,
right?
And Anthony Johnson. They're just getting more experience underneath their belt. So next year it'll even be better.
Yeah, no, that very helpful for them. Absolutely. So the Lions lose it tonight to Melissa, 49-27. Anything coming up on Juice in the next few days, Matthew, that you'll be?
No, we got football next week, and then after that, then it starts the basketball.
Basketball is right around the corner. We'll start talking about that in the next couple of weeks. All right, Lions go down tonight 49-27 to Melissa. Melissa and Lovejoy will remain tied atop the district standings after tonight. And we'll have the game for you next Friday night from TA Cotton Ford Stadium versus Lucas Lovejoy here on Juice. I'm John Mark Dempsey for Bob Muty and for Matthew Middleton. Good night, everybody.
Good night. This video has been brought to you by Juice 34. Juice is your community-owned provider for electric